20. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Levis going to the air right away. They'll get this out to Genty. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll get it on near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. The Raiders at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself at an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
22 Linda.
Levis. Pass right side, caught by Thornton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
That's another Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 49.
Levis to throw off play action. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Levis now off of play action. We'll get that complete to Vele. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. On the give, Genty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Levis. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
The tackle made by Landon Roberts. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense.
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Raiders pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the third. Two-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense. They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Second and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. That's taken in by Duvernay. A short completion, just 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, it's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. We saw 5 receivers out there, 3rd down from that distance. You had to think quick pass. They were able to get it done.
No doubt about it. Everything went quickly on that play. The processing, getting the ball out, getting it to the proper target, and picking up the 1st down. Hard to defend. Maybe your only hope is get your hands in the passing lane on the pass rush and try and bat it away.
To throw, Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting one backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw once more, here's Williams. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Boy, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Here's Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this all the way down inside the Vegas 20.
A gain of 41 yards on the play. That's another Bears first down. A 41-yard gain. And the Bears
We're scoreless after one. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Evans running straight ahead. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards that time. The stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll go again here with Evans. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Donald Perro, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Reload. Reload. Let's go.
Levis back to throw. They'll get the tight end batters involved there. And he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Good job. Here we go.
Off the play fake, Levis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's 2nd and 10. Levis to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action now. Levis. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Now Levis. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it up. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Play action. Now Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
To the air, Williams. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Williams. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
43-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey? The one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
Levis looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Levis sets up the throw here. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Back to throw, it's Levis. Short throw caught by Bowers. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
It's 4th down.
Here we go. 4th down. Levis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
They'll go right back to Evans here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll go right back to Evans. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for this with Evans. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
at their own 38-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Hey, come on.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. How does that translate? And Levis tosses his third interception of the game. Picked by Kevin Byard. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Williams. And incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Still 15 yards to go. 2nd down. Moore, the motion man right. Williams with a little touch pass forward. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Williams looking to do it himself. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's out just shy of the 40. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's caught by Vele. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Working from the gun, here's Levis. He's going to try and go deep again. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
3rd down and
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. They start the drive with Evans. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 6. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff would be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Levis. Working downfield, he's got Thornton. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A gain of
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
2nd and 10.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Here's Levis. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
22 yards. And the Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Hey, I'm back! I'm back! 18! This is our last chance.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! Trey Tucker in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 2.
Raiders 7.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
Evans on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And down he goes. Brought down Raiders sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, it's Williams. Throw right side, taken in by Adunze. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They're facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A pass complete to Adunze. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 27. Here's Williams. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Throwing is Williams. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. To throw, Williams. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions. What was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll go. Here's Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Once again, it's Genty. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Off the play fake, Levis. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Levis back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Genty. And shouting through the tackle. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 6-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Genty. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
It's a gain of a yard.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
On 1st down, it's Genty. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Ashton Genty, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 5.
Bears 9.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, but I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards for number 11.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. In motion, the tight end. They'll run on first down with Evans. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30.
It's a gain of
18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To the air, Williams. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Looking to throw is Williams. Got his man, it's Parham. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Brings up
right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
is something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Williams going to look to throw again. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And the Bears first down. First and goal, Chicago.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll run here with Evans. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal. Operating from the gun, Williams. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Tell you what, Brandon, if I see a dime look, if I see 6 defensive backs near the goal line, I'm changing to a running play every time.
And they had 6 there. Surprised he didn't audible at the line?
Very much so. I'm going to count on my offensive line in this situation against the lighter defensive backs and try and push it across the end zone that way.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Evans will take it in. Touchdown, Bears.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with the touchdown run to take the lead.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point conversion.
It's complete. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in the tightrope. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker with 8-yard gain, second and 2.
8 yards.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Diamond. Here we go.
Levis looking to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's a gain of
That'll put him at 66
yards.
receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Levis now off of play action. Now he'll tuck this and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
This second and 4.
Hold on. Like 90.
Levis out of the shotgun now. He'll get this out to Genty. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's a gain of
One thing
4.
I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Levis out of the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Trey Tucker, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Raiders will line up for the 2.
Levis will try to throw for the 2. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. In motion left, Hardman. They'll begin on the ground with Evans. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll come up now on 2nd down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. He'll look to throw. Finding Hardman.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And it's 3rd down.
Well, the black hole and everyone in Vegas on their feet. Here's 3rd down now. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
22 Linda, 22 Linda.
Levis. They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
And he's across for a touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter, because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw, it's Williams. Gets this to Moore.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Two timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Williams.
Catch is made by Hardman.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Gain of 31 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On play action, here's Williams.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here, because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again. Well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
Up the middle, it's Genty.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
And 4.
Here is 3rd down and 4. They go play action. Here's Levis. He's got his target. That's complete. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Well, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Or 54, Mike 54. And 18.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Raiders, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks.